I messaged a guy that I did not talk to for like 8 years.
This woman is insane.
The man who said he robbed a bank to get away from his wife will now have to spend the next 6 months at home with her.
He is the most incredible guy. Everything was perfect.
Just being a good man today isn't enough.
He was a good man, but like I said, he was not my good man. He was everything that...
Yes,
we will talk.
I'm gonna say something, and this might ruffle little feathers. I don't think just being a good man is enough to stay in a relationship with
What do you
them.
want his income to be?
I feel like this is gonna sound bad. I feel like 300,000. I'd have to say 127.
Probably 150 to $250,000 a year.
$500,000. Is that bad?
150, maybe to 250,000 a year would be comfortable for sure.
I was just having this conversation with my friend, and she was like, you have to manifest a husband, girl. Ideally, my husband needs to be making like 650,000.
So you said you want 500K, but what do you think the median income is for a third wheel?
60K? 70K?
It is $45,000.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
I think it's 250,000.
It's 52,000.
What? No, it's not. Damn.
These women are obviously just throwing numbers out there. They don't even know the percentage of men in the world that makes that much money. They sound so confident in their delusion because no one has criticized them for it. Help us reach 10K this month. Thank you.
Recently, I was dating someone for 2 months and they were the perfect person in every way, but the mutual attractiveness just wasn't there, and so it didn't work.
Was he not physically attractive?
I think he's a handsome guy. Maybe I should say chemistry. For us, it wasn't sparking. So
chemistry, what is the chemistry? What is the spark?
I don't know, but what I've learned is that you need it. I wish it was to my chagrin that the spark didn't go off, but it is just, I think it's that thing that makes you, just that draws you to that person initially, and so.
Was he kind to you?
He is the most incredible guy. Everything was perfect, and I was like, what is wrong with myself?
Yeah, what is wrong with you?
I don't know.
What is wrong with
you? You can ask all my friends. I was like.
Her conscience told her she wasn't worthy of such a great man, so she's self-sabotaged instead of getting married and then divorced 2 years later. Keep looking for perfect. Keep dropping guys who would be good. I 100% guarantee when she finds that 100% guy for her, he will dump her because she isn't perfect enough. The problem is that there was nothing she wanted to fix, and her mind couldn't accept that. Drama and problems are the spark and chemistry. Apparently, the guy wasn't incredible enough if she had to let him go. She also mentioned the spark and chemistry wasn't there, but couldn't explain what it is. This is another perfect example of women not knowing what they want, even if it's given to them. A couple years later, watch her come crying on the internet saying men ain't shit.
I messaged a guy that I did not talk to for like 8 years. Literally hooked up with him like 8 years ago. And I randomly thought about him. When you're single at 28, you start thinking about, oh, maybe from the past, this is a good guy.
Are you stupid?
Yeah, no. This is what went down. First I messaged him, hey stranger. He said, sorry, who's this? I said, Leah Bars. And then when I said Leah, haha. And then I said Bars. And then when I sent Bars, it didn't say delivered. So I was like, did he block me? So then I did this. I went to his Venmo and I sent him $1 and I said, did you block me? And then he unblocked me and said, what's up? This is random. And I said, well, why did you block me? He said, why are you texting me? I said, whoa, I don't know, to catch up. He's like, it's been 8 years. I said, damn, I didn't know people couldn't talk again. My bad. He was like, I have a wife and kids now. Plot twist, my bad. He said, think you're a weirdo. I said, right back at ya.
Absolutely creepy. This woman has hit the wall, and she decided to message the nice guy she used to take advantage of her 8 years later. She really expected things to be the same like it used to be. Now, because her ego couldn't handle him moving on and rejecting her, She decided to send this man $1 on Venmo to desperately try and stay in contact with him. This is creepy and stalkerish behavior. This is how you know you lost someone who used to treat you right when you have to go to such length. And she had the audacity to call him a weirdo when she's the one that's being weird.
Man, you should never have to say, oops, sorry, I put it in the wrong hole. First of all, there is no wrong hole. Second of all, put it back.
What did you say? I had a good man last year. I let his ass go. He was a good man, but like I said, he was not my good man. He was everything that I mentioned. He did it, but in regards of what benefited him, and he demanded so much without considering who I am as a person. He paid for everything.
Okay.
Any problem you had, he fixed it. Sex, he was good.
You broke it off.
I broke it off. I ghosted him.
Okay, finish. Okay.
For the simple fact, he wanted to have somebody love him he was the only child.
Okay.
So he wanted me to treat him as like his mother, hoping that I would be super affectionate. And I'm not. So that used to aggravate him to the point that he'll yell to the top of his lungs, I deserve to be loved like this. You absolutely do. So go find you somebody else that can do that for you, because I cannot hold you. I can't do that. That's not who I am. Okay. It's not that I wasn't affectionate. He wants me to be super affectionate, and that's not something that I am. And it's like, even if I try, I'm fake.
There's always two sides of the story, but some people just aren't compatible in life. He showed her a love she's never experienced before, which made her ran. She knew she couldn't provide what he wanted. I don't think the man was looking for a mom to love her. He probably felt like he was loving her too much, and her love for him was lacking. She knew she didn't deserve him.
Ever since I heard this theory, I cannot get it out of my mind. Men marry the woman in front of them at the time they are ready to get married. Let's talk about it. So I was scrolling through TikTok one day, as we all do, and I came across this photographer. She's obviously been at a lot of weddings, and she observed that the men were marrying the woman in front of them at the time that they were ready to get married, implying that that wasn't necessarily that man's soulmate or that man's love of his life. It was just the girl he was dating at the time he was ready to get married and settle down. Like, when you decide, especially a man, when a man decides that he is financially and emotionally ready for marriage and ready to settle down and ready to start a family, he takes a way different approach to dating. That part in his brain of like, oh, there's another girl out there, shuts off. Because now his focus is on marriage. It's not in finding the next best thing. Are y'all following? Like, do you agree? Do you disagree? I need to know.
A man will not just simply marry the woman that's in front of him. The femininity of that woman will attract him. He will marry the woman that brings him less stress. He already has to compete in the world. The last thing he wants to do is come home to compete with his woman also. That's just going to make him run away.
So, are you cheating on your husband with him?
Yes.
We actually met here 2 months ago. He's the top. He works at the bars. I met him at it because I was here for a bachelorette.
And the rest was history?
The rest is history. Yeah.
Just tell me.
No, I met him 2 months ago. Yeah, he's great. So we're just like figuring it out.
Okay. How long have you been married?
6 years.
Why do you want to leave him? Is he a piece of shit?
Not at all.
She met this man 2 months ago, and apparently he's great. She completely forgot about the husband she made the vow to. Once that dude finished getting what he wants, all of that act will be out the door. He already knows this woman isn't wifey material, so he's just having his fun. I really hope the husband sees this video. She's really throwing away 6 years of marriage for some fun.
When a woman leaves you, she does it for one reason only. She thinks that she can do better. Your attitude needs to be this, even though it hurts, even though it's frustrating, even though you feel grief after a divorce or breakup. Your attitude has to be, okay, I'll be fine without you. Period. There can be no other response. Hence the phrase, she's not yours, it was just your turn.
They always think the grass is greener on the other side, then come back crying, realizing it's not. You would think instead of running away, why don't they try to fix their relationship or marriages? The same effort they put into destroying their families, why don't they use that to work things out? Well, you guessed it. They think they can do better and then end up on social media wondering why it's so hard to date at 40.
The man who said he robbed a bank to get away from his wife will now have to spend the next 6 months at home with her. A judge in Kansas City sentenced Lawrence Ripple to home confinement for robbing a bank last September. He told police after the robbery he'd rather be in jail than at home with his wife. But he also blamed his actions on his depression and was remorseful at his sentencing.
Now, if that man does something to his wife, it would be that judge fault. Just imagine the extent she had to push him for him to go and commit a crime. Honestly, I don't know why he just didn't divorce her. Subscribe.